Hey, good morning. So I wanted to make a quick video for you to go over some numbers real fast. Metrics, numbers. Explaining a situation that happened recently with a carrier and a dispatcher that I know, and a learning lesson when you book a lot of loads in one day. So let's look at some numbers real quick. As most of you are fully aware, I used to be a broker. I've worked for a couple different brokerages, Nolan Transportation, NTG, these numbers right here. Worked for another brokerage called Pro Sport out of Chicago, worked remote in Atlanta. And then after that, I worked for the guy that owns or previously owned Scott's Logistics. Roger something, I forget his name. Roger something. He's a jackass. Ooh, man. Probably shouldn't have said that, but I just did anyway, so whatever. And then after that company, I worked for another gentleman, outstanding guy, Star Freight. His name is Charlie, rock star of a guy. And now I found myself at factoring, and I love it. I'm great at it. It gives me a chance to mentor, train, and coach up you guys with the stuff that I've learned being on the other side of the table. I know how a broker thinks. I was one. Here's the numbers to go over too. You know, you can look up these people on LinkedIn, see their history, confirm that I actually worked there. You know, this is me booking 15 loads in one day. That's a pre-book. Pre-book is today is Wednesday. I'm pre-booking for Thursday. These are the ones that are going to pick up on Thursday. I booked 15 carriers and 15 loads. This is when I was a carrier sales rep. I used 9 carriers to cover 15 loads. It's a pretty good ratio. How much in volume in terms of money that got moved? $20,000. In terms of profit for that one day, $2,100. Pretty good profit. 10%. It's exactly what the brokers are looking for. So those are some numbers. But when you're booking this many loads, you can get jumbled with what you're doing. I can say for myself personally, in my experience, yeah, I've made some mess ups on my end where the broker approved me giving me $2,000 to sell a load for, and then all of a sudden I typed in the wrong button on the keyboard and I sent it to the carrier for $2,200. I don't know. It's going too fast. I'm booking 15 loads in one day. That's a lot. You know, at my peak, I was booking 20 to 25 a day. It was crazy. But mistakes happen when you're tired. It's the end of the day, it's the weekend, it's almost 5 o'clock, it's 8 a.m. in the morning, and you key something in incorrectly. So I wanted to sort of show you some metrics in a real world, experience. I've done it. So a scenario that has happened with a carrier and a dispatcher that I know, this is really unfortunate, but a lot of this business is you just learn through experiences, and if you're a wise person, you're not going to make mistakes and you're going to learn again. And check that out, positive result right there, live action. This is outstanding. Check this out. So I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. I hope that wasn't something inappropriate in next text. No, it's good. Some crazy girls out there are messaging me. Anyway, probably shouldn't have said that either. So this is great result. The situation that happened in question is a dispatcher that I know booked a load for a carrier. It's her first time carrier running their very first load. And it was a doozy. Flatbed, 40-footer, hot shot, husband and wife team, couple out there slinging it, going after it, starting their own business. First load out of the gate, right off the starting line. The dispatcher books a load for $3,200, and she books it on the phone. And this is sort of the learning lesson. You're on the phone, and she talked to the broker. Hey, I saw that you had that posted for 18. I saw that you changed it to 29. I saw you had it at 33. Can you give me 3,200 for it? Broker said, yes, I can give you 32. Hung up the phone, and then they emailed the carrier, the dispatcher, the rate confirmation. The rate confirmation is signed on behalf of the dispatcher for the carrier, and it was like 11 o'clock at night. This load, from my understanding, was an 11 stopper. Typically advised, that's maybe not the best first load for somebody to do, but that is a baptism by fire, sink or swim. That's a tough load. Your first load, 11 stops. Whoa. So that's what they did for $3,200. She signed it. They do all the stops, and then it comes time for her the dispatcher, to collect the BOL PODs and take the Raycon, send it to the factoring company, me, to pay the carrier on their load on the final stop to get their deposit. We also do advances, so we'll do a 40% of that on the pickup at the shipper. So if you need an advance, we can do that as well if you're ever in a situation. But she went back to look at the Raycon after getting the POD and the BOLs and collect all the paperwork, stack it together, take the pictures to email it to the factoring company, G Squared Funding, and to me and to my team. And she saw on the rate confirmation, it said $1,900. She signed it. All the stops have been delivered. All the signatures are made with in and out times at all 11 of those stops. $1,800 versus $3,200. She calls me last night. She's like, Paul, oh my gosh, I was 11 o'clock at night. I didn't look at it. I just signed it, sent the carrier the address for the pickup, and I went to sleep. She has 2 little kids, 2 boys. One's 5, the other's 3, and it was a fumble. And we all make mistakes. Look at this. I'm ranked number 3 in my office for that day. I was definitely a slinger. Knew what I was doing. Booking 15 loads in one day. A pre-book, $20,000. Awesome money. But that's a lot of phone calls, a lot of loads. You know, I probably sold maybe 20 loads that day, and then 5 of them fell off because it was a pre-book. But you're dialing a lot of things on the keyboard. You're talking to a bunch of people. You're sending a lot of emails. I've made the mistake where I key in the wrong number and I give a carrier more, and I've done it less. And then honoring what you say. But at the end of the day, she didn't have a paper trail. I'm like, listen, you talked to this broker at 11 o'clock at night. You agreed to $3,200. He sent you a Raycon for $1,800 or $1,900. You signed it. You don't have any email transcripts of where it was written in an email saying, thank you very much for the load for $3,200 to go from point A to point B. We are good to go. We're going to be picking it up tomorrow, 8 a.m. You don't have anything in writing. It's at this point, it's he said, she said. It's you can't do any business with anybody on he said, she said. I tell everybody, you need to get it in writing. Get your paper trail, your documentation. She doesn't have that. It's a lot of money to miss out on. And the strategy was, for her, first thing this morning, I hopped on LinkedIn with her last night to Google the name of the brokerage, find the general manager, the GM, not the carrier sales rep that she was working with to book the load, or that specific broker. So you have the carrier sales rep. That's what I was doing over here with these metrics. Carrier sales rep. I work for the broker selling their loads to carriers. The broker builds the relationships with Walmart, Home Depot, Kroger, whatever, Publix, and I was working underneath the broker doing these metrics over here. And where was I in terms of fluidity, in terms of this conversation? What was I just saying? Anyway, damn it, I was going to go somewhere with that, and now I kind of lost my train of thought because my phone keeps on ringing because it's 8:30 and people are trying to reach out to me. What was I going to say? So we're doing the research for the brokerage. So I'm like, listen, let's not reach out to the carrier sales rep. Let's not reach out to the broker. Let's go above. Call in first thing in the morning. Ask for the general manager that is above the broker and above the carrier sales rep. So carrier sales, broker, general manager of the office. Call in, say, hey, listen, I have a situation. I have load number 12345. Can you please look it up in the system? Listen, I'm sure you can understand. Look at all these stops. I made a mistake. You can see my time stamp. I signed this at 11 o'clock at night. I didn't check the Raycon. It was for $3,200. That's what we agreed to over the phone. It really only says $1,800 or $1,900, and I signed it. I didn't double check. I have all the PODs to submit right now to confirm that it's been delivered. I have the Raycon to get this factored for the carrier to get them paid. Can we please get an updated Raycon for $3,200? Will you please help me out? I made a mistake. And just be clear, be nice, be professional. And sure enough, she's texting me right now saying they did it. They got the $3,200. But, you know, again, it's offering solutions and working our way through these kind of problems as they arise. This way you can troubleshoot these situations when they will inevitably happen to you. So what a learning lesson for her. Thank God it worked out the way that it did. She is getting paid correctly. Carrier's getting paid correctly. Broker honored their verbal word, even though it wasn't in writing anywhere. Wow. It could have been dirty. It could have been a bad start to the Wednesday morning. But it worked out. Hallelujah. So anyway, wanted to share this with you in terms of metrics, communication. Mistakes happen. I make mistakes. Hopefully you don't make as many as I do, because I'm able to train you and coach you up and teach you the things that I learned through making mistakes. And if I can save you time, if I can save you money, and teach you these tricks, these little details on how to troubleshoot problems, puts money in your bank account and helps you to take care of your family. So, and that's it at the end of the day, right? That's what's important. So anyway, hope you have an awesome Wednesday. Wanted to share this with you real quick. Let's get out there. Let's play the FreightGame, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.